do for the government. Do for yourself. It's not what the government can do for you, it's what you can do for yourself. That's the key, man. Wisdom. Dropping pearls of knowledge. Pearls of knowledge, and they're going right over our head. And fear, like I said before, fear should put you on alert, right? It should make you more observant and to search out. I know when I'm on a case and stuff and I get this weird feeling and allow the spirit to talk to me, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to check this out. Look at this. Because they got the law scattered in so many different places. It's unbelievable. Until you become experienced in that area. So don't let fear confine you. Don't let fear box you in. Right? Let it free you. Let it free you. Don't confine yourself with fear. I'm afraid, so I'm going to stay in the house. I'm afraid, so I'm not going to leave off my block. But I'm going to fight anybody that comes on my block to try to bless me and share me with a different perspective or different point of view. We have a primal mindset. We have to grow beyond the primal nature, which they've done a good job to make sure that light doesn't come into the Negro's mind or any person's mind that may be a threat to the establishment. In the critical thinking process that we go through with the 30-day life plan, there's just like as an attorney, any case, there's a structured analysis that we go through. It's called IRAC, right? First, we deal with the facts. What are the facts, right? Then we have to break out what's the issue. You got these facts. What's the issue? What's the real issue? What's the real underlying issue here? Then you have a rule of law that you go by. Then you have to do your analysis, your critical thinking, pros and cons. You got to look at both sides of the argument. And one of the most hardest things is to look fairly at both sides of the argument. Then you have enough information to make a conclusion. It's cost-benefit analysis, reasoning process, right? But in our community, and we've allowed our politicians in our country to take us off the path, the true course of rectitude, the true course, by going through analysis paralysis, overanalyzing the situation and never come up with a solution. And don't be afraid to fail. Because success is failure turned inside out. You have more wisdom. You're wiser. And a person who doesn't try is automatically a failure. If you never try, you're automatically a failure. And my objective is to motivate you enough that you be inspired to achieve at your highest level. To achieve at your highest level. And it's very disappointing that because we think we got money, we got, we got it going on, that's the answer. It's not the answer. We want everybody to be at a place where they can take care of themselves and their children and live financially secure. But in order to maintain that, because most of you just like the government shutdown recently. The government had to do something. Yet on that second paycheck, people were getting eviction notices. The bills weren't being paid. So we opened up the government for a little bit so everybody get paid their back pay before he comes back and possibly shut it down again or come up with another alternative. All you need to do is go into that defense budget and pull some of that money out, and the black ops programs and pull that money out and be a blessing to the society. some of that technology that they've harnessed and kept secret and so forth. We need to make sure it's available to the public, that new technology that will make our lives a lot easier instead of doing things undercover, covertly. It's harming everyone. So I want to motivate you so you can inspire yourself. I remember when I was in high school, junior high, and there was this gentleman that came, and we all got that little flicker. Some of it is out. You know what I'm saying? The flicker is out. Some of it got a little flicker. And after I listened to him speak, that flicker became a raging torch, and I wanted to be the best person that I could be. So I started being involved in student government. And my grades went up because I knew the importance of education and what I had to do to be the best that I could be. We live in our communities. We see the failures. Most of our successes have moved out, so we see the successes as well. We need to mimic that. And our children, unfortunately, too many of them, not all of them, too many of them, didn't want to do as their parents did and spend years in school so they can get a job, so they have to go through from 9 to 5. But they forget that job raised and nurtured that family. And when they broke that up, then you had a single parent household where before, with a united front, they didn't appreciate each other, appreciate what they had. So they took that away. Now the kids are running amok, committing crime and violence because there's no man in the household, no structure, no discipline. Even though there was squabbles and I don't want to be controlled and you treated me bad and all that kind of stuff, we need to learn to work together and have a vision and understand how important the family structure is and how we need to quit reading all these magazines and looking at these crazy talk shows and learn how to get along with one another. I remember one time I had a girlfriend. She would go every Wednesday. Like, what? Yeah, that's what she told me. Had a girls group, a female group, where they went and they talked about men's issues. Like, you got a man at home. You should need to be sitting down talking with him about these issues. How can you solve the issues that you have with your man among a bunch of women? It's not going to happen. But yet you're in a relationship and you can't listen to the man. You can't even empathize. You can't even see what he's trying to say. And you go to church and praying to this pastor, make him the man of your life, but you can't go home and be a blessing to your own family, listen to your own man, which the scriptures say. That you should respect and love one another. And then complain about when you ain't got no man. And now you have too many women raising men and no men around for some reason. We're going to address that issue when we get to the second. I'm trying to be light now. We'll get to some hardcore stuff in a minute. I'm just trying to be light right now. To motivate you, to inspire you. Got to do some self-evaluation. Got to look yourself in the mirror. So we need to be positive role models, not only for ourselves, but for our children and for the community. And one of the biggest problems that I believe that we went down this road is that you get these single parents, too full of ego. You can't say nothing to my kids. Don't touch my kids. Don't say. They come out without getting the facts, automatically blowing up. Don't touch my child. My child would have never done nothing like that. Destroy the village concept. Destroyed it. Not thinking clearly, emotional, angry. And now we can't even sit down and look back at history, our story, reality, and fix it. We got to get back to the family dynamics. Model success, see success. We want to set up mentorship programs in the community to train young. That's what this program, the graduates from this program. My vision is that when I graduate a team of analysts, they could go out and help individuals with the resources of our organization, making sure that businesses are functional and they upgrade themselves at every level. That some people have businesses in their call and their phone messages are filled to capacity. That's a sign right there. You're being overwhelmed. You're being overwhelmed, which leads to depression and other type of things. A symptom of that. We want to put apprenticeship back into our communities. We want to make sure, but if you have a child, you have a profession, they're not interested in that, they will have other professions that they can help in. To develop the kid's mind without molesting them and taking advantage of them. We want to build. Have a successful life. Oh yeah, I was talking about the, I said I'll talk about that later. All right. Like I said before, knowledge is power, but knowledge is potential power. Knowledge is only potential power, but you have to put it to use. You have to put it to use. If you don't study something, a lot of people already know that. Yeah, but you're not implementing that. And I, as an attorney, I already know reading something in the law in the book is different from getting before that judge and hoping that they implement that law that's in the book. And experiences that they don't always line up. And that's another issue because it's not the law on the books, it's the person implementing the law. Because they're given so much leeway that they can implement it one way with that person, then another way with you. Discretion. That's why you have to be there. You got to show up to represent yourself. Because knowledge, man, is like it's a beautiful thing. And I want to give you the correct knowledge, the correct thought process that you can utilize to make a decision in your life and be able to achieve whatever goals and direct. I'm not trying to teach you what to think. I just want to teach you how to think, and not box yourself in with prefabricated notions of reality that have been fed to you and our lives. Mental conditioning, just like physical conditioning. The athlete, you used to the athlete going out playing basketball. Not all our kids want to grow up to be football players, basketball players, musicians. Come on now. That's not how societies are. Everybody has their place. Even the garbage man don't pick their trash up, man. It affects everybody's life. So everybody's important, and we have to respect everybody. That's where Maya comes in. It's a way of life. Not a state of being, it is a way of life. Which will make your state of being better. But you can't put the cart before the house. You can't get there, think people with money think I've arrived, I got everything I need. You got more people miserable with money than anything else. But just because you got money, your problems that you have as a person, individual, don't go away. They just magnify themselves. Then they created artificial intelligence. You got real intelligence right here. Real intelligence that you're not utilizing. Reprogram your intelligence. And this right here, success is a learned discipline. It is a science. Like I talked before, we have a battle in our community between the haves and the have-nots. Those who got an education and those who don't. And the ones who don't justify them saying, oh man, you put all the years in school and got all this debt. They're making a whole lot more money than you in a lot of the cases. But the problem is that we can't come together as a community. to share that knowledge, to build. So we got to quit that